Hey Margie, Grant Putnam here. Figured I'd walk you through the proposal for this year. Okay, so you can understand any of the changes that we made. All right. So if you decide to hire us for the tick control, the lawn fertilizing, and the shrub care as far as shrub spraying, shrub fertilizer, then we'll give you a lifetime guarantee on the shrubs as long as we're maintaining them. Okay, anything under 3.5 feet, which is about 90% of the investment on your property. All right. Um, so the weekly maintenance, I'm charging the same price per cut as last year. Uh, the spring cleanup went up a bit because we actually spent 10 hours doing the spring cleanup last year. These other prices you can see maintain the same. Okay. Plant trimming, weeding, same price from last year. Let's see here. Gutter cleaning is the same. So we'll just skip down through here. There was a $2 increase per yard in the mulch just because the material costs went up on the mulch. I give you options of some tree pruning. We can always talk about that during the summer. All right, for the shrub and tree care, I gave the option if you want us to fertilize the shrubs in the spring. All right, just for obvious reasons, just get you a little more color out of the flowers. Everything will look a little bit healthier. So that's an option. It's a $100 option. We spoke about this last summer, but you have a plum tree in your property, which is susceptible to black knot fungus, and it's very, very common. And if you end up getting that disease, there's really no remedy for it, meaning that over the course of about 3 years after you get the disease, the tree will die. Okay, so that's one issue you have. The other thing is the 4 dogwood trees usually are getting anthracnose, which is another disease that just makes the leaves look kind of unpleasant during the summer, and it obviously just affects the health of the tree a bit. So those are the 5 trees in your property: 1 plum tree, 4 dogwood trees that have disease issues. And industry standard is you end up spraying them 3 times in the spring with fungicide to prevent those issues. So this is an option. You don't have to do it, but I'm just giving you the heads up about it. So again, it's a $300 option. It's $100 per spray times 3, $300. Okay. Everything else is the same price from last year. So those are 2 options for you to choose from. All right. As we go down, the tick spray, I lowered the price $10 from what I quoted you last year. Okay, so that's 4 sprays, $560 total. Okay, irrigation proposal. Okay, it's the same price as what I quoted you last year. $150 for opening, $150 for closing. And then here, highlighted in yellow, is adjusting the irrigation system when we're fertilizing the lawn. So most lawn fertilizing companies don't do that. Of course, that makes a big difference as far as the aesthetics of your lawn, and every year that changes a bit based on the weather. So typically, like, what we try to do is when we're there, when the lawn fertilizing technician is there, he's also adjusting the system, which takes time. So we find it's better to charge upfront a fixed price for the whole year rather than on a per visit basis. Just customers know what they can budget for, and then hence there's no surprises. So that's a $125 option. We really recommend it because, again, it makes a big difference as far as what the lawn looks like. And unfortunately, most homeowners don't know the symptoms of overwatering or underwatering on their shrubs or trees and their lawn. And that's why a trained technician would be the best one to diagnose the issues and adjust the clock on your irrigation system. Okay, so that's that. Lawn fertilizing, we're using organic blended fertilizers. Basically, there's a high percentage of organics within the fertilizer, 4 different types of nitrogen, which release over different periods of time. So it's a higher quality fertilizer than the really cheap synthetic fertilizers that some of the national franchise fertilizing companies are using. Okay, we're adjusting the clock when we're there. Every time we're fertilizing the lawn, it also gives us another opportunity to look at all the plants and the trees in the property and make sure they're healthy. Okay. If we do the entire program, including the seeding, we guarantee the results. So, for example, if we seed in the fall and one area doesn't come in good for seed, then we come back and we'll seed for free the second time in the fall if need be. But normally we do it the right way, and we take extra time and we go over the lawn multiple times to get the right results. We're also doing a midsummer visit and inspection and spray for insects if needed. So you actually had some chinch bug attack some of your lawn last year because the irrigation system wasn't watering the entire lawn, and that's usually during the summer. You'll get something called chinch bug. So yeah, the irrigation system obviously needs to be fixed this spring, but as part of our program, we will come diagnose the issues and spray if needed. Most companies will charge, say, $100, $150 for coming to your house to do that. For you, it's a free service, so that's one added value. Compost, top dressing service. So essentially, the thin areas of your lawn, or the areas in the fall that are the thinnest or the barest areas, then what we'll do is we'll spread leaf compost over those areas at the same time that we're core area and seeding. And 100% is the best way to make those areas look as best as possible. It's the best benefit for a lawn is core aerating, then applying a layer of leaf compost and seeding, and the results are fantastic. So we're offering that at basically our material cost. So we're doing the labor for free, and most companies would end up charging $150 for that to cover 1,000 square feet. I think I charged you $60 for that. So I believe it's a great benefit, and it's just going to make customers happier. So that's why we're offering it as a free labored service. Okay, so my quote for all the applications, I lowered the price a bit from last year. Okay, because I really want to have you as a full customer. So it's a standard program. Like I said, the difference is we are adding a midsummer inspection and spraying for insects if needed. We're doing the grub control, doing 6 fertilizer applications. It included the early fall seeding, seeding and aeration. Now, of course, this is something we could look at. If you don't think you need it in the fall, you don't have to do it. Okay. So that just be aware of that. It is probably the most beneficial thing. The combination of that and the compost is really a great way to keep your lawn looking as best as possible. But again, that's something we could look at if you're trying to reduce on cost. Here's again the top dressing. Like I said, $60. And going down through here, these are a list of all the totals, everything above. Everything split, again, between 10 equal payments. And I gave you a couple different options on here as well. I already had edging actually included within your price, so you don't have to worry about that. The spring seeding, I'm not sure if you necessarily need that unless you have some real bare thin areas. We'll have to address that. We're weeding once a month. Okay, some people want us to weed more often, so please let me know if you think we need to weed more than once a month. Then we'd be happy to do that, and I'll give you a quote on what the extra cost would be to do that. And lastly, the spring shrub fertilizing, if you want us to do that. And like I said, the other kind of optional item was the fungicide sprays. So that's it. Hopefully this explains a lot, and you can give me a call with any questions, and we can try to get going your spring cleanup ASAP. Talk to you soon. Thanks.